I feel like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks.
Play the victim and you will be the victim.
Very good, Frank. Very impressive. Ultimate punch!
What's up?
What's
Oh, you hit the soft part of my belly.
You just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos, motherfucker! How you like me now, huh?
You are, because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No,
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Ask yourself, why has he got his hat pulled down like that? He's fuck ugly.
Frenches instead. Oh, yeah. Wow. I don't like this.
Power of Christ compels you.
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty.
I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Yeah, he's got an egg. You might.
Oh, hello. Sorry, my muscles were just dancing. I don't have any control of what they're doing. It's been a while since I've done a rundown, and we got a little trickle of toy reveals and toy related things happening with some businesses and companies and such is and whatnots and stuff. First of all, though, I got this. So I got the new wave of Jada Street Fighter. I like this Honda. He's awesome. He looks great, but you'll have to see my full review to know exactly what's wrong with him. But he does have some issues. And the first one, I believe, is the price. I think that $34.99 was too much for this, and Balrog even, just because of the actual size of the figure. And you're getting the same amount of accessories on every single Street Fighter figure. So when they're doing the $34.99 or the $29.99, they're going on size alone. And this guy is not even the biggest of the big guys. Like he's the smallest of all the big guys. So I don't think he should have cost 34. I still like him. I'm still glad I have him. Richard, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? How are you? But I have Balrog too, and Balrog's fantastic. Eon is fantastic, except here's one issue. These toe joints are a little loose. Just a little loose. This one more so. Like that, and that takes away. And I also I understand why Jada does it. They sculpt the feet to be actual feet, but not having the feet flat, panty shot. Not having the feet flat means that if you try to stand them up straight, because I don't know if you can see what I mean, but like the actual shape of the foot is sculpted out, right? It's not a flat bottom on there. So it kind of leads them to go off balance unless you pose them perfectly. And then you add in the loose toe joints with the heavy figure, and E Honda is going to be a shelf killer. This guy is going to topple over and knock all your other figures over. And I'm not hating on Jada. I just wish that I didn't even make that point in my review about the shelf killer. The thing I was mostly worried about was that this plastic skirt, like they should have made this bottom part under here. They should have made it soft, wired soft goods so that, his leg can get up. It can go up decently high, but it needs to get down. And I guess it's not that bad, but it could always be better. Jada is always improving. So I'm not going to say they're not. It's just sometimes you feel like, oh, but that butterfly joint, look at that. Watch. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's beautiful. So no, I do like this figure. I'm not hating on it whatsoever. Jada, sponsor me. Give me all your toys for free. Please. I'll glaze you. I'll never talk shit again. Just give me everything for free. I promise. No, even if I got something for free, if there was a problem with it, I would, first of all, I would let y'all know I got it for free. Secondly, I would let y'all know that there's problems with it. I'm missing Vega and E Honda. I just ordered Ghost Rider. Came up to 71. Oof. 71 for the new Johnny Blaze. New Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. All right, so we'll get to the toy news. But first, I wanted to address a current situation that is happening, and it's not even an action figure. It is toys, though. The Lego community has had a big problem with a certain company that is apparently doing shady stuff all the time. Like for instance, this is earlier. There's a bigger thing going on right now thanks to Reckless Ben. He put a spotlight on it. I've been watching him for a while. He did the the scariest haunted house, which is the guy that was essentially waterboarding people and saying, "Oh, you have to pass my test to get into the haunted house. You have to pay me this money, that, and he was hurting people. He was, so Reckless Ben did a video on that. He did an expose on Scientology. He did an expose on the Yellow Barn cult, which is they're like they have restaurants, so that's called like the Yellow Farm or the Yellow Barn. I'm not sure, but he did a video on them, and it's a cult that indoctrinates and traffics people and all that kind of stuff. So Reckless Ben is doing some good stuff when it comes to exposing cults or organizations or people that are ripping people off. And this company, Brixton Minifigs, so they've been known to like take lots of Legos, right? Like that's a lot, like lots, like different sets, bits and pieces, all that kind of stuff. And so they're known for doing that. But what they won't do is say some minifigs are super expensive just because they came out in one set. What's up, Woody? How's it going? Good to see you. Just talking about the Brixton Figs thing right now. But they would take lots and minifigures, and some people would bring in rare minifigures, and Brixton Minifigs would like put on the poker face and be like, oh yeah, these aren't worth that much. This one is, and they'll say that a rare figure is a different version that's not rare, so they get it for less money and then can sell it for more. And that's one shady thing that they've been known for. And a lot of people have done it. I've watched other YouTubers talk about it. But the main thing that they're in hot water for right now is hello. There we go. All right. How Brixton Minifigs allegedly stole an old man Star Wars Lego collection and why the internet is burning it down. So like I said, Reckless Ben did an expose. It's like an hour. I watched most of it, but I skipped ahead to like the juicy parts. And Moist Critical was reacting to it, Penguin Zero. So this is not like a small thing. This thing is blowing up because Reckless Ben put a spotlight on it. But Brixton Minifigs, so they have franchises. So a person can say, hey, Brixton Minifigs, I want to open a store. I have the money for the startup. I would like a building and all that stuff. Officially verified on Facebook and IG. Hell yeah. There you go. Get that check mark. I don't need that because I'm not worried about it, but that's good. It helps you with engagement and all that stuff and pushing your content. So congrats on that. But so they have, franchises, and this husband and wife, they own a franchise in Oregon. I believe it's in Oregon. And they made a deal with a gentleman named Brian, whose father was ill. And his father had the largest Lego Star Wars collection. And we're talking about the original Lego Star Wars up until a few years ago into the line. And they had set up a deal with this franchise, Brixton Minifigs, they would hold on to the inventory. And every time that they made a sale, hold on. Sorry, I was replying to my girlfriend. So they had this deal. It was a contract. It was literally written, signed, notarized, all that stuff. So they were holding on to Brian and his father's inventory. And anytime they sold something, they were going to keep a small percentage and give the rest to the family, right? I took my Mega Constructs collection to Brixton Minifigs, and they pulled on Nerf weapons and told me to leave the store. I called them dorks, gave one guy a wedgie, and gave the other one a swirly. That'll show them, Kaiju Kitty. So they had a contract, right? So the two franchisees, the husband and wife, they had something come up where they had to move for the husband's sake. They had to move for a job or something like that. So they wanted to sell their franchise back to Brixton Minifigs, and Brixton Minifigs was like, cool, no problem. We will, and you can go watch Reckless Ben's video if you want like more information. But I'm pretty well versed on it because I watched his video. I watched Penguin Zero. I looked it up myself. So they were leaving the country and they were like, we're going to sell this. What Bricks and Minifigs did is they actually kicked the franchise owners out, locked them out of the store, shooed them away, and kept all the inventory in that store. So they have Brian's Lego, right? They have his, don't say Legos, it's Lego. They had his Lego collection, his Star Wars Lego collection. And I didn't even say the value, $200,000 plus on the low end. That's probably sitting right in the middle, you know, but you part it out, you sell it bit by bit, which is why he did this contract. You're going to get more, right? They had the nerve to call the cops, but then I said they pulled guns on me. They couldn't deny it, so they got arrested. Oh Lord, that's funny. But so this company took the entire Lego collection from this family and left them no recourse because they're just like, sue us in court, because they know, they told the family, we'll drag this out. We're going to drain you for every penny. It'll be worth the collection that we took from you will not even be close to the cost of the court fees that you're going to have to pay. So, you know, shady shit. So Reckless Ben was contacted. He devised all these plans and ways to try to get the family's money back. And he even sued them in court with multiple people in small claims court because he had a contract that he got notarized where they said, I sold so-and-so set to this person. Bricks and Minifigs won't give it to me. I'm suing you for the amount of $10,000, which I think is the limit in a civil court. And I think he got 10 people to do that. And they won. But what Bricks and Minifigs did rather than pay out was they just completely shuttered that store, because you can't hold the company liable for a franchise's issues, right? So the franchise was shut down and Bricks and Minifigs walked off scot-free with this $200,000 Lego collection and not having to pay for it, which is just shady as hell. And that's what this article is about. I pretty much summarized it pretty well. But yeah, they started collecting Star Wars Lego around the year 2000, is what it says. 780 sets and 1,200 minifigs. So this is not a small collection. Oh, and Bricks and Minifigs also had the gall to advertise all these sets on sale. Be like, look what we have in stock. Look what we... So, you know, not a great company. And I've always heard the bad things. Oh, that owner was nervous the whole time. Like when Ben told him, yeah, it's a real business. It's an LLC. Bricks and Minifigs Steals from Old People is a real business that we created. We registered it. We got all the licensing. And then the CEO was like, oh, you did you? Okay. If there's money to be made, shady people will come out of the woodwork trying to burn somebody. Yeah, it sucks. And this is just a family who was selling it to pay for medical bills, which you shouldn't have to do in this country regardless. It should be free. It is unfortunate. It's gross. And I hope that Bricks and Minifigs business suffers as a whole, because the CEO was blatantly on camera saying, oh yeah, well, what are you going to do about it? And just, you know, being shady. Like, you can't do this because you're not a real company. And they registered Bricks and Minifigs Steals from Old People as a company. So what they did with Kaiju said with the lottery thing was they sold a ticket for $1 and then they paid people $1 to be in the video to show their license. Right? You're showing your face. Here's $1. So they did a free lottery by paying and taking the money that they paid back to people, raffled off sets, which defrauding a lottery is what Ben was trying to get them on the hook for, which they did do, because they don't own these sets. Brian owns these sets and Ben is his, liaison for this. Medical bills and for the owner's grandchildren. Yeah. So like for good reason, that was an investment that they made since 2000, which older Lego sets, that's better than stocks, that the value does not decrease on that. Even if they make a new set, the old one is still valuable, especially sealed in box. They also tried to deny that it was legitimate. They did all kinds of lying. Like, check out the video, y'all. It's crazy. And, this isn't the only company that did that. And I'm not, on a different note, this next instance is not the company's fault. I didn't know anything about this company. I had never heard of Toy Temple before, but they're I'm not going to besmirch their business or their practice. Apparently they're a legitimate business. They hired, so let me bring them up. They hired a bad actor, and I had never heard of these Thrilljoy figures before, but they hired this lady named Morgan, allegedly. And these what are they even called? Thrilljoy, and this is an official Thrilljoy licensor, so they have a lot to lose. So they have chases and ultra rare chases and exclusive chases, and they hired someone back in January of this year that was opening packs off screen. So she was, they had Whatnot streams so that you're supposed to rip and show people what they got, right? This girl was apparently going through and finding the ultra rares that she knew were rare, taking them out, ripping only commons and uncommons and stuff on the Whatnot stream. You know, people pay money, like the Pokemon rip packs. This person paid $20. I open this pack, I send them the cards. And there's been people on Whatnot that have defrauded that as well, right? And they actually got banned from Whatnot for a while. I'm assuming they're back up because of that. But they got banned from Whatnot because of her, because she took all of the ultra rares. So there was no actual value being paid for. And then she would sell them on eBay without the store's knowledge, without Temple Toy or Toy Temple's knowledge. They had no clue this was happening until people started complaining that all these rips were bad, and they found an eBay listing site that was like 2 miles away from the address of the store. So these things apparently sell for a lot of money. One of the highest sold ones on that eBay account was for $1,900, $1,900 for a Funko ripoff, which is crazy, but that's what some people want to collect. They want to collect little collectible figures, right? So this lady was defrauding the company that she worked for and defrauding the people that she was doing the streams for, and was selling these Funko Pops for profit to people that she knew personally or people that were willing to shell out a big amount of money. So she gave this company, who for all intents and purposes is reputable, fair business practices. They don't go around screwing customers. Joe Prime, what's going on? How's it going? So she went around and defrauded the company and customers, and apparently now I say allegedly, right? Because I don't want to get in trouble. The store released a statement recently saying, hey, we're aware of a situation where an individual acted on their own. They've been fired. There are illegal proceedings happening. So just be aware that and she got their Whatnot stream banned because people were like, this is a scam. And this company has never done that before. So these little figure things apparently are hot shit right now, much like Labubu's. And I'd never heard of Thrilljoy before today. And actually I will bring up the channel where I saw the video. So if you want more information, and at first it sounded like what is this about? But the more you heard what they were saying in the video and the context in the chats that were they're the messages that were on the message board, because apparently they've got, a trade group, a message board, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Let me see, what is this channel called that I watched that on? Here we go. They're called Gasselcast. Gasselcast, am I saying that right? And it's a husband and wife, and they have this really, really nice set, honestly. But I don't want to take someone's research without plugging them. I don't want to be that person. So these two here went over all this. So if you want to know more about that situation, go over to Gasselcast. Apparently they have a smaller toy company called Misfit Toys or something like that as well. So go check them out. Very informative. It seemed like a bunch of hearsay bullshit, but there's facts and tags and legal proceedings happening. So that lady was no good. She's not good. So they uncovered that. I discovered that today. I listened to it on my drive home from work, and it was very informative. So if you want to know more information, there's your source. I tried to Google it and pull up stuff for the stream, but I couldn't find anything. So I was like, I'll summarize. Excuse me. And then I'll point y'all in their direction. Okay. On to the rumor mill. Continuing. The company is doing things for profit rather than the betterment of the customers, Going over to the subreddit I created, r/figure fanatics. So go check that out. Leia, what's going on? So there's this product announcement from Hasbro. I posted this on here. Here's the subreddit. Lots of cool posts. We've got 370 members now, so we're almost to 400. So make sure you go check out the subreddit. Just we're looking for good vibes and toys and toy news. That's all we're looking for here. No drama, no bullshit. You know, I do call people out, but it's not for drama. It's because if my name is attached to somebody, I want to let people know that when they do something shitty, I'm not associated with that and I don't support it. So I'm not here to stir shit. I'm just here to finish it when it starts, you know, with receipts. But Hasbro. So what has Blockies been doing the last year? Since I told y'all last year that Blockies was going to be doing good things when the Pokemon stuff started dropping, I said Blockies is going to kill the market. They're going to corner it with these model kits. Everyone's going to want to get the block or license to have their Blockies to have their license. Look at the title of this: Hasbro Make-Its, Makits, Makoots. Coots Magoots, whatever, Hasbro Make-Its. You know, they're trying to be cool and do the word play with the weird spelling like Blockies does, right? Some people say Blowkeys, and those people, well, they're menaces to society, and we don't support Blowkeys. A brand new trademark filing has surfaced at the United States Patent and Trademark Office for Hasbro Make-Its, strongly suggesting that the toy giant is preparing to launch an in-house line of model kits tied to its major franchises. If the project moves forward, it is highly likely that Hasbro's flagship brands such as Transformers and G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, I'm assuming as well, will be among the properties adapted into the new line. And if these are 1/12 inch, then they're not even complete. You know, if they're like 6.5, they're not even competing with Blockies, and that's fine. So it could just be a big nothing burger. But this is Hasbro we're talking about. I don't like to give Hasbro the benefit of the doubt, right? Hasbro has experimented with buildable products before through partnerships and license releases. Blockies. Because Blockies licensed Transformers from Hasbro, and Hasbro already gave them shit for trying to do a transformable one with the Constructicon Devastator, because you could combine them and have them as the, you know, you could transform them. And Hasbro said, no, you can't do that. So it would not shock me if Hasbro decided when Blocky's license is up for however long they license Transformers, that Hasbro just kind of snatches that away and says, mine, and tries to corner that market for Transformers model kits. Because we got YOLO Park, we got Blockies. I know there's other model kits, just like straight up model kits, right? Like Bandai and all of those. But Hasbro, once they see a trend, they want to hop on that shit. Hasbro has experimented with buildable products before through partnerships and license releases, but this trademark suggests a more unified, internally managed strategy for the category. At this stage, no official product images, release windows, or brand-specific announcements have been revealed. Instead of making better products, let's just steal shit. Exactly. Why would you give the community and consumers what they want when you can just do a ripoff of someone who's making really cool stuff and be like, hey, we can do it. It's our license. You know, that's Hasbro's thing. So I thought that was interesting. I think as far as Transformers Blockies, their time may be running short because of this announcement. They don't own Star Wars, Hasbro. They license that. They don't own Marvel. They license that. So the only model kit that's being made right now that Hasbro owns license to or shares with Tomy at least is Transformers. So it would not surprise me if Blockies in a year or so says, so we're sorry to announce that we've parted ways with Hasbro on their licensing of Transformers, yada yada yada. You know, Super K, what's going on? To Hasbro, it's not stealing; it's borrowing without permission. Wait a second, isn't that just stealing with less steps?
That belongs in a museum. So do you.
Hasbro is the Panama hat guy. And Blockies is Indiana Jones. All right, so there's the not toy news, but like industry news and rumors and tea, as it were, right? Now we're gonna go over to Toy Arc. We're gonna talk about some new toys that were revealed recently. New toys, everyone. Thank you, Toy Arc. You're the best. Appreciate you. DC Comics Revoltech Black Flash preview. Just one solicitation image. Salacious. One solicitation image of Black Flash, which what I know there's Reverse Flash, there's Zoom, there's just Black Flash, the reanimated Flash who was reanimated by the Black Lantern ring. Is that what Black Flash is? Because he looks like a zombie. I don't have the Rick and Morty action figures anymore. I didn't like them, so I got rid of them. Plus, their scale is not in my repertoire. Speaking of Rick and Morty, where is
Return to
Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? Review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick. You know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos. So maybe you should shut the up. Thank you, Morty. Thank you.
So those Beast Kingdom Rick and Morty figures, they're like 1/10. So, but even then they're on the tall side. So maybe they're like 1/9. They're pretty big because I know Beast Kingdom does like 8-inch scale because they have an 8 in one of the names somewhere. So I think that Rick and Morty was 8-inch scale. So they were way taller than like any Marvel Legends. But there is another Rick and Morty set of figures that's out on a third-party website that is true 1/12, and I would like to get those because I love Rick and Morty. What can I say? But they are expensive. I traded them at a toy show last year, which I'm hoping to go to the same toy show in June, which is coming up June 12th, I believe. Hopefully I can go to that this year. It's just an hour and a half away from my house, so I can probably drive there, even if I don't get anything. Check it out, make a video, let y'all know what's up, and then come home. But yeah, Black Flash, which I'm assuming is reanimated Barry Allen with the Black Lantern ring. If you're watching on replay or you know in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But that's the only thing that makes sense for Black Flash, especially because he looks like a zombie. So I'm pretty sure that's dead Barry Allen. Oh, dead Barry. Godzilla Final Wars figure by Kaiju Kitty. Where are you? Come back, Kaiju. Godzilla Final Wars, Mr. Long neck style. He's got a long fucking neck. That's a cool looking Godzilla though. I like the head. Still don't have a Hiya Toys Godzilla or Kong. That's on me. But this one looks pretty dang. I like this one. He looks pretty agile. It looks like Godzilla was on the Ozempic and hitting the gym, getting them. Oh, see, I was wrong. Black Flash is the Grim Reaper for speedsters like Flash. Yeah, wasn't that in the show too? Or was that those like time the fucking time, like they were like those things from Harry Pothead, the flying ghosty things. I did not finish the Flash. It got goofy, just like Arrow got goofy. I like this Godzilla though. I think he's pretty swell. How much is he? $60. Not bad, not bad. So there's that from Hiya Toys. Always pumping out the Godzilla. Dementors, that's what they're called. Thank you, Leia. Then we got this little guy here. SH Figuarts Son Gohan Z Fighters limited edition. So this is before he turned Super Saiyan in the Cell saga, because you know he didn't turn Super Saiyan until his daddy got killed. Wait, no, yeah, because he didn't get killed by the heart virus, because that's why Trunks came back. He gave Goku the cure, and then he got killed by Cell because didn't he blow himself up, instant transmission to King Kai's planet, and then it didn't work. Cell regenerated and then came back, and then Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2, right? No. Am I wrong again? What's wrong with me? Yeah, no, the androids. Okay, this is the android. So this is right before the Cell saga. Son Gohan wearing his android's arc outfit is brought to life with new sculpting and newly engineered articulation. Is this a brand new figure? In particular, the dynamic movable shoulder system, patent pending, adopted on the shoulders, delivers a wider and more flexible range of articulation. I mean, can you beat these butterfly joints though? Like, look at that shit. Jada the goat. I'm telling you what. Even though Ehan is not my favorite Street Fighters figure, he's still a baller figure. Don't get me wrong. The first run limited edition includes Z Fighters Group Base version A. By combining with B and C, which come with other products, you can complete a large assembly base, which is just black ground. Okay. All right, SH Figure Arts. Thank you for the fucking effort. They couldn't have painted it brown or cast it in brown like it was the rocks around the area where the cell tournament took place. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bandai? Bandai, I hardly know her. See, I already have a Gohan. I have adult Gohan. So the only figures that I need for my DBZ shelf, like, I don't know. If I get the villains, that's a whole problem. Because if I get Boo, I need Cell. If I get Cell, I need Frieza. If I get Frieza, I need yada, yada, yada. So I just want to keep it to the main Z fighters. So I have a couple of Vegetas. I have a couple of Gokus. I have Future Trunks. I have Piccolo. And I have Gohan. I would really like for them to do a Goten and Trunks 2-pack. Because I still have my Irwin Trunks and Gohan with my Dragon Ball figures. This Gohan is the Saiyan Saga version. Is it? So I'm wrong? Because it says Android. It says the Androids arc, which is, 16, 17, Dr. Gero, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's a limited edition special. And then these are the SDCC 2026 exclusives. Which, hey, look at that. Go Tanks. Do like that. But see, they have this body. So they could make Goten or Goten and Trunks, right? They could totally 100% make a cute little Goten and Trunks. And they need to fucking do that because I'm tired of waiting. And then charge $60 for a 2-pack. He looked like that at the beginning of the year. Okay, so yeah, it's just he was wearing. So Gohan has 2 daddies. He's got a mom, but he's got 2 dads. He's got Goku and he's got Piccolo. Piccolo is like the begrudging, yes, I'll be your father figure. And Goku's like his real dad. So, Gohan wearing Piccolo's outfit is cute and it's symbolic because when Goku died in the Saiyan saga, protecting Gohan and the rest of Earth, Piccolo had to pick up the slack. No pun intended. Piccolo and pretty much was Gohan's dad for a while. So I love that. And then we've got Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. We all know Vegito is the better fusion. We all know this. And okay, that Gotenks head sculpt is kind of bad. And also, I know that Gotenks was bigger than Goten and Trunks, but I don't think he was like taller and like super slim. This is kind of an awkward looking Gotenks, in my opinion. But we can all agree to disagree. These are all Comic Con exclusives. And then what is this? Naruto Uzumaki Maki. Yeah, Naruto. So I did a whole live reaction on these, but I guess because that stream, I was just on the computer and I saw that Hasbro was doing a Star Wars stream. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing a stream for a little bit. And we talked about it, but excuse me. Code Red makes me burp. I love that red dye 40. I don't know what I'll do without it. Pick up a snake. You see snakes? Bite their head off for protein. That's my RFK Jr. impression. It's good protein. Okay, this figure's cool as fuck, right? Embo, I say Embo Slice, but it's Embo. Hat's removable. He's got unpainted weapons, which is crazy because I believe the vintage collection ones are painted. At least they painted the stock, the handle of the rifle. And yeah, it's Black Series. You know what you're getting with the articulation, single joints, pinless. Sure, he's got some butterfly joints. But Embo, come on, everybody likes Embo. He was one of the best parts of the Clone Wars episodes he was in. Surfing around on his hat, shooting that bowcaster. So I'm gonna get Embo. I already pre-ordered Embo. Would have been nice if they made this like a soft, they have like pleather materials they could use. I don't know if they have ones that won't flake, but like if you have something like this that's around the legs, you need to figure out a soft goods alternative. I know that they make softer plastics, but it's still restrictive. Like, you know what I mean, hum slice. But I do want Embo, and I definitely want everyone's favorite Lasat, Garazeb Aurelios. Hey, yo, Frankie. What's up? Definitely pre-ordered Zeb. I have the Rebel Zeb, but this is live action Zeb. So hopefully the Kanan that we're getting, the blind Kanan that's been rumored, is a live action looking one, because we have live action Ezra, we have live action Sabine, we have live action Ahsoka, we have live action Hera, we have live action Zeb. We just need live action Chopper and Kanan. So I would like to, and the Kanan figure can kind of pass for, but I want a live action Kanan figure that looks like Freddie Prinze Jr. Like, is that too much to ask? Because it is Freddie Prinze Jr. playing him. And they even have a picture of Kanan on the Ghost in Ahsoka season 1, and it is Freddie Prinze Jr.'s face. So we need the live action Rebels crew. So we got Zeb. Looks great. Look at his little. I'm hoping that these ankles are actually tolerant, like they have the ankle tolerance, because the Rebels one does not. Much like this E Honda with his toe joints, Rebel Zeb is a shelf killer. Shelf killer. Shelf killer. There he is next to Mando, because this is Mandalorian Grogu. He's got his Lasat ceremonial battle staff that also turns into a blaster. They're like, it's a bow staff on the pulse stream, and I was like, you're fucking wrong. It's not just a bow staff. It's part of his culture. You nice people. But yeah, I love Zeb. See, look, there it is as a blaster, and that's cool that they kept that in there. And what is this dude's name from Rebels that turn-coded? Agent Callus? Callus, that's his name. So Callus had one of the Lasat ceremonial battle staffs as well, because he was part of like the Lasat homeworld invasion and murdered a bunch of Zeb's people and all that stuff. So they had beef, and then Callus eventually joined the rebellion, which was cool. Rebels is such a good show. If you haven't watched Rebels, you are truly missing out on peak Star Wars content. But it's a kid show. No, it's not. Maybe the first half of season 1. The whole season 1, just like Clone Wars, started out as a kid show, turned into real, honest to goodness Star Wars peak. And you can't argue with me on that, because I will just ban you. Like I've banned 5 people for being dumb in the chat already. And I don't talk about them; they just disappear. We don't validate it. Okay, so they included. Why did they? Okay, they included a folded one for the blaster and then a long one for the bow staff. My nerd is showing. Of course, my nerd is showing. What do you think I am? A poser? And yes, like Leia said, this Grogu is $10, much like the original, and I'm happy about that. I will definitely be picking this up. He's so cute face and he's so cute. Beskar. They didn't even know what his fucking chest plate was called. They're like, this little metal chest piece. And I'm like, it's Beskar, Hasbro. It's fucking Beskar. You watched them make it in season 3. They melted down the chainmail vest, and she made the Mudhorn Signet Beskar chest plate. Duh, it's Beskar. It's not just some fucking tin can. Fishy. So he comes with a fishy and his little cookie snacks and a staff. And I'm assuming this is not removable, but this does look to be one of the more articulated Grogus. Rebels is one of the few Star Wars things my kids even like. And yeah, you kids can enjoy it, but it is straight up peak Star Wars content. Like, it's great. See, like, people are so dumb. They can't come in and actually have a discussion. They just gotta be, look at me, I'm so based or whatever. No, shut up. Go away. No one likes you. No one likes you. Keep your dumb comments to yourself. So there's his cookies. There's his fishies. $10 for that Grogu is not bad at all. That's really, I mean, IG-11, we needed an update on the body, but this is like later IG-11. This isn't like IG-88 IG-11, which we definitely need a remake of both of them because that body is terrible and undersized and gangly and loose. Excuse me. God damn, y'all. This is killing me. And I love it. And hopefully he can actually hold his blaster, unlike the old IG body. But this is a retool of the Grogu Man IG-11. The one that had the big chest piece that where Grogu said, yes, yes, no, 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 no. That one. Thank you, Leia. I appreciate you. Posing on one foot, running up that hill. Running up that hill. And this, I was kind of like, why would you wait? But it's cool that you can kind of make the classic Snowtrooper because that body's definitely needed an update. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I don't know. Is there 6 different options you can do with the head, or is it 4? I don't know. Maybe there's like 4 options, but it's an army builder, and they did a good job updating it. And we needed the Snowtrooper because I have the Flame Trooper from Fallen Order, and that body is atrocious. Like all the old Hasbro. Look, anyone who says that the older Toy Biz figures are better than Marvel Legends now, which sometimes it's debatable, but I'm just talking about the quality and the consistency. That's not really a thing anymore. But over the last couple of years, when they really started getting into the pinless stuff, those figures were much needed updates. They were the bee's knees, the best Legends figures that we'd ever gotten. And people were like, oh, what Toy Biz was better. Toy Biz was great for the time and the precedent and what they built for Hasbro to continue on. But some of those sculpts were atrocious. They're just butt ugly. And they're like, because comic books. And it's like, not every comic book character is ugly. Like Rogue and Elektra and all of those other female characters. Woof, Toy Biz. All new figures are better than old figures. Like as far as the tooling and stuff. Unless their name is McFarlane. Those are exactly the same. Snowtrooper, and then fucking another army fucking builder. Just a reused droid from other places with Kit Bat, and just they put a cloth good capes on him, right? Cool. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. And then we had the vintage collection. I don't even talk about that. It's just, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that guy's cool. I'm sure we'll get him in Black Series. Oh man, I just saw there's this guy. I don't remember what his channel name is, but he just did a video about scalpers, and we know scalpers are a problem. But yeah, I can't like the people that are selling that are the people that like instantly pre-ordered like 5, and then that's why they sold out instantly. I was very lucky to get my Lizard pre-order, and I made sure I had the money when it was coming out. Be like, nope, I'm not missing that boat. But the Pokemon shit is insane. These are grown-ass men literally fist fighting each other in stores over, not even for something they enjoy, because they want to make money off it. They want to take it away from kids and actual collectors so that they can make a profit and charge double to triple. The guy's video that I watched earlier, he was talking about the Hammond collection, Indominus Rex or something like that. $60 figure. It's listed now for like 120, 130, 140 on like Mercari and eBay and stuff. Yeah, I think that's his name, Faraz. And I don't agree with everything that guy says. I think he's kind of not a shill, but because I don't use that word. I don't call their collectors and their habits, shilling or whatever. But he's kind of a Hasbro apologist in some ways. And so I don't agree with everything he says. But obviously scalpers are a problem everywhere. Yeah, these scalpers are definitely losers. Like, not only is everything expensive that we like to enjoy or how we enjoy ourselves, but people are fucking buying it all and making it 2 or 3 times as expensive. Go fucking figure, right? Michael, what's going on? Just talked about We talked about the toy and toy related rumor mill earlier. So we talked about bricks and minifigs. We talked about Toy Temple. We talked about Hasbro's Make It. So now we're just talking about toy news. So anyone that just popped in now, maybe you want to check the replay because there is some interesting stuff earlier on in the stream. No way. Selling off which collection, Frankie? All your stuff? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So we've got another. Is this the third or the fourth? I think this is the third Mezco turtle set on the same body that we've gotten. Because we got the, all three or all four brothers with the different color headbands. Then we got the Toon Turtles. Now we have the Mirage. Are you being for real, Frankie? Are you being for real? Even your fucking dinosaurs, even the dinos, there's no way. There's no way. 350, not bad. Not bad for 4 turtles. And these, other than the all red bandanas, I like my turtles to be distinguished, other than the weaponry. I like the color distinction. But I can't justify 350 right now. Maybe when we move and my new job is doing well and all that stuff, I can go back and get the first set. Maybe they'll do a reissue. This is Mezco. They don't usually do that. And if they do, it takes a long time. These are still cool. Like if I had to get one for 500, like one set for 500, at some point I would want it to be the original set. I'm done. I'm going to buy a suit, a tie, a pumpkin spice latte, and grow up. Yeah, okay. I knew you were joking. Grow the fuck up, Frankie. Stop playing with toys. Stop playing with toys. Wait, is there a black and white Mezco set too? Is there 4? Is there actually 4? I didn't know. I knew there was 3 or 4. And there's nothing new here other than the color on the head sculpts. This is essentially complete reuse of the original Turtles set, not the Toon one. I gave them all different skin colors though. That's cool. Which I like that they've been doing that for the Turtles in more recent media. Like they're not all the same. Oh, they need to make one. Okay, gotcha. Do we want to talk about McFarlane? Do we even want to talk about these things? Oy. Oof. McFarlane Platinum Red Gold Black Suit and Tie Edition. Ah! Black Lightning? No, Black Vulcan. Yo, can they be more original than calling a black character black before their fucking name? Like, come on. Black Vulcan, Black Lightning. Be more original. Come on. Just call him like Vulcanizer or Vulcan or something. We got Crystallized Superman, because that's what everyone wanted, right? What in the SNM is that? McFarlane Platinum Multicolor Edition of Evil, like this evil Wonder Woman. Oh, it literally is evil Wonder Woman. Yo, these are such fucking dog shit. I'm telling you. Look at the. Okay, I'm going retro style. That's why I chose these. It's pronounced African American. I'm gonna take your word for it, Frankie. Yo, this Superman has a hoe though. He's got hoes. Look at him. He's got he's got a hoe and a straw hat. If it's from Super Friends. I think Super Friends was the 70s. I think that was like the 70s toy line, and then they made the cartoon in the 70s. But these are all aesthetically based on the Super Friends TV show, and that's probably why Todd is like, yeah, I can make these look like shit. I'm gonna get a pass. It's fine. Just call them all Black DC character 1 and Black DC character 2 and so on. No. Like Static is perfect. He's not Black Static. He's Static or Static Shock. Like Virgil was a trendsetter in the 90s. I know that he wasn't originally DC, but I know they absorbed him, and then they had the TV show Static Shock, and Static is great. Apparently he's now on the Titans too, which is pretty cool in the new current DC continuity. Static is such a cool character. And then we've got preview Wonder Woman rather than evil Wonder Woman. See, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Hold on, my girlfriend's calling me. Hi, bae. Just a quick little question she had for me. Black Static would have been bloody diabolical. Diabolical. Oi, cunt. All right, so these are garbage. These are shit talking mushrooms on a fucking dirt salad, you know? Like, we don't need that shit. Double AV, is he just one battery strong? I'm missing the reference, but that's still funny. Final Fight 52 Toys Guy and Sodom figures. Don't know who these guys are. I have no clue. But I know that 52 Toys just did. I do know a little bit about. All right, let's go to Big Ben. Thank you for the toy news, Toyak. We're wrapping up here soon. Oh wait, no, I didn't do it. Before I do that, there was one thing that I had on the thumbnail. I can't make a thumbnail and then not talk about that shit, right? Because I'm on a little He-Man kick right now, and the Mattel He-Man figure is pretty dope. I do need to get Skeletor soon, but these are the Hot Toys He-Man, which that's a pretty good looking sculpt. They did a great, and this is on that silicone body. Like, they did a pretty good job with this He-Man figure. He looks pretty cool. Can't really complain. But the real winner here, fucking Skeletor. I'm pretty sure his eyes light up, so that's pretty sick. And that is also on one of those silicone bodies. I did, and I'm just gonna wait until they hit like Amazon or something. I want them both, but I haven't even seen the movie yet. I don't even know if the movie's good. I'm hearing it's good. Skeletor up in this motherfucker. I'm Jared Leto. I ruin everything. That's how I picture this movie going. It's like, yeah, everything's great except for Jared Leto, but I don't think he can fuck it up. We don't see his face. We don't hear his normal voice. He doesn't get to put on an Italian accent. Mamma mia! Boop ba da boop ba da boop. Sorry to any Italian Americans or Italians watching. I'm sorry. I apologize. But he did that accent in the House of Gucci. They're like, Jared Leto, be Italian. And he's like, all right, I'm going to do my method acting. Beep ba da boop ba da boop. Ba da boop. And they're like, fucking Jared, god damn it. Well, we already cast him. We paid him money. We can't do it now. Don't ever get a real doll. I'm seeing Masters of the Universe next Saturday. Yeah, it comes out in a week, right? June 5th. That's pretty cool. All right, now let me go over to Big Bad Toy Store. There, I covered the thumbnail. Oh, that was my shoulder. I don't know if y'all heard that. What the fuck is that? Masks and Martyrs? Those are dildo men. They got dildo helmets on. I was talking about 52 toys. What you talking about? 52 toys? Let's just look it up. 52 toys. There's no 1,000 toys, 500 toys, 52 toys. 2K toys. Where was it? 52? Am I a dumb? I'm just gonna type it in. Captain Caveman was what I was looking up, right? Captain Caveman. There it is. $72 though. God damn. So this is for Marvel versus Capcom. That's the only reason I would buy this, because Captain Commando, it's not the character I played the games of, but I'm pretty sure he has like an arm that you can use as like a grappling hook. It shoots out and swings with it. It's like a side scroller, Capcom side scroller. Excuse me. Sodom is a video game character who debuted as a boss in the beat 'em up game Final Fight before appearing as a playable character fighter in the so he was in Street Fighter. Thank you for the info, Frank. But I'm getting this guy. I pre-ordered him because Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You need to put him on the display. He'll fit in with the aesthetic, I would imagine. How tall is he? How tall is this motherfucker? 5.9 inches. He's a little fucking shorty. It's a little short. But that's the thing about the Marvel vs. Capcom. It can be a little bit different scale. It's fine. All the video games are different, right? 5.9 inches, though. That's really short. You're a little short for a stormtrooper? Don't I have that clip? feel like I have that clip. No, I don't have that clip. He's 5.9 inches. I know a lot of people that say that they're 5.9 inches, and then it's like, what were you measuring with? I think you may have been measuring in centimeters or millimeters, because there ain't no 5.9 inches, dog. And they're like, oh, bother. 1/12 scale is smallish. I mean, yeah, the like true 1/12 is like SH Figure Arts scale, right? Because those are true 1/12. In Legends, in Jada, and G.I. Joe, yeah, G.I. Joe are like 6.5 inches. Hi. Can you hear me now? No. No. Yes, you can. You can hear me now. SH Figure Arts up their scale a little bit. Yeah, with the Spider-Man and Cyclops, they're a little bit larger, but I would say that Spider-Man is too big and Cyclops is too small, and that Wolverine is too big. So I don't know. That's just me though. All right, we got 4 minutes left. Let's look at the accessories real quick. Comes with the rocket, pocket rocket. Sorry. Different hands, some effect pieces, and honestly, you could have just done the hands and the figure in like one effect piece and charged $50 and call it a day. 52 toys. Just saying, just pointing it out here. 1/12 scale video games, browse related products. Oh. I want to take a look at these dildo guys real quick before we get out of here. Masks and Martyrs. I ain't never heard of this ship. This is Big Bad Workshop. The triumphant return of legendary human bullet. So I'm guessing this is an older toy line that they're bringing back, modernizing. It looks cool. It's not something I would get, but if you're into pointed helmet guys, yeah, look at his face. Look at his face. Yeah, gross. Ah. Where's the other one? Okay, so this is a good guy, right? Yeah, this is the good guy. The other guy's the quote unquote bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Yeah, that guy doesn't have an ooh face. He's just got a face. He's just got a face. I have Cyclops. It's a bit small, but he still works once they're posed up. Definitely small AF next to the Game Reverse Wolverine. True. Lots of accessories though. Big Bad Workshop is doing great things. I'm not gonna hate. $30 too. That's not bad for them. That's decent. It's doable. Because this Madman is what, $40? What? How the oh, okay. I thought these were 1/12. I was like, 1/12 Starfield figures? No, these are 3 3/4, and they're also $30. So that's not a good deal. But that is cool that they did Sarah Morgan. She wasn't my wife in Starfield though. It was the goth chick, the religious chick. Had the serpent thing. What's her name? I don't know. I forget her name. If you haven't come across it yet, Hike Mainland 3-minute Project Day. I'll have to note that. I want to take his face off. I want to take his face off. And I'm gonna be Spider-Man. Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. There's my Cage impression for y'all. Am I the only one that thinks Valaverse Black Scale? No, I listen. I am officially a Valaverse hater now. Like that's fuck that. I'll never spend money on a Valaverse figure again. Their Sam Fisher is gonna be fucking garbage compared to the that third party. Not even third party. That shit's licensed. So that other Sam Fisher Splinter Cell figure looks leaps and bounds ahead of fucking Bobby Vala's. The Starfield figures were just added to the game itself. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. It's been an hour. I'm gonna pop off of here. Probably take a nap. So No, it's not even undercover, Richard. It's full blown at this point, and they can't hide that shit anymore. No one can hide that shit anymore. They've already showed their face. Everybody, like, distance myself from so many people, and I'm glad because like I said, I don't call people out for drama. It's not what the point. It's not the intent. It's because I've associated myself with these people in some capacity, whether reviewing their figures for Bobby Vala or, you know, plugging someone's toy show or plugging their channel. And then I have fucking egg on my face, and I'm not going to leave it looking like, oh, well, I just misjudged their character. No, I'm going to let people know that I fucked up, and this is the proof of why I will no longer associate with them and why I do what I do. Because people like to say the word accountability, but they think it only goes one way. Like, you can't. I can understand a situation gets out of hand where two people are frustrated with like an arrangement or whatever, but that doesn't mean you resort to using name calling, ableist slurs, and like racial dog whistles to insult somebody over a disagreement. You should act like an adult and try to figure it out as an adult, right? And that's like the smallest offense of the shit that people have done. Other people have said, you can't say that about so-and-so, all the while laughing and clapping what I just did to people. So, you know, it's not really a gray area for me. It's black and white. It's like you're either falling on the good side or the bad side of the morality spectrum. There are gray areas, but when it comes to certain things, I ain't going to tolerate it. I ain't going to tolerate queerphobia, transphobia, homophobia, racism. I ain't going to tolerate people playing both sides of the field just so that they can not upset their, like, if you're picking a side that you say you represent, and then you make a video talking talking points of the other side, saying, oh yeah, but you're this because you thought this way. And it's like, you said that you agree with one group of people, yet you're attacking them in a whole video on a separate channel, mind you. It's ass clownery. It's buffoonery. It is some dumb shit. And there's a reason I don't just sit back and be like, oh, well, karma will come around. Because sometimes karma needs a little push. I definitely know that I had a few people that got supplied, like they bought Valaverse stuff. They personally told me, thank you for pointing out what was said on this podcast and what was not said by the people who should have said something about it. I will no longer be buying from Valaverse. And I was like, what can I say except you're welcome? I just knocked over Hot Rod. Fuck! All right. I'm going to get out of here now, y'all. I play both sides when I play chess. I still lose. I stopped following a lot of these toy collectors when I found out what kind of people they are. And that's the thing. When someone tells you who they are, believe them and just fucking leave it at that. But don't let your name get dragged through the mud because you were fooled by their false persona or their faux tolerance. And the Tats and Toys talked about it. You know, the paradox of tolerance is like, oh, but aren't you supposed to be the tolerant left? And it's like, what left have you been looking at? The centrist left, which is not even left. That's just apologists and sycophants, right? I'm sorry for the big words, hate watchers. You know, I know you don't understand it. That's okay. There's this book called A Dictionary. And then if you want to go even further, there's an encyclopedia that can give you context and pretty much educate you if you can't do basic research on the internet, you know, but no, I digress. All right. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ plus community. If you're protesting, be extra safe. I love y'all. See you next time. And peace out, homie.
My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friend's wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches.
Freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day!
Oh! Man, he hit his ass with a porky toe, man. Nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday! You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished!
Alright, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick!
You know my dad?
Oh!
G.I. Joe! What the fuck? This is my hat now! This is totally my hat!